Hi, everybody. It's Gwen Peterson, founder of Spiritual Communities Network and creator of Insights and Illuminations. And this is my beautiful, ever funny friend, Denise Flood. Denise, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Denise Flood from Change Your Frequency, Change Your Life. You can find me at deniseflood.com. And I am ever, as always, excited to be here with Gwen and share our mussings of the week.
Yep. And we're getting on just a couple minutes late because we had to reconnect LinkedIn. As I was trying to do what I need to do to get our faces on the screen, there were red flags everywhere.
That's always the way. It's like, I have 5 minutes to get on. And then it'll be like, oh, we need to update. Oh, have you signed our new, something, something.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, I was going through that. I was like doing a quick QuickBooks thing, and I was like, oh, I can just, go through that real quick and tick through it. And it's like, your Chase account's updating and it needs to be da 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 da. Like, okay.
So how are you doing? I am like having a humid hair day. I even put some stuff on my hair to calm it down. It was like, and I never had that. Like, I'm like, am I getting like mature hair strands in
Well,
here?
I was just I was just gonna say your hair looks great, but when you start describing the little, I don't think you could see them. See mine?
Yes,
I
that's what's
yeah,
happening to
though
me today.
I have those all the time. They're those gray hairs that come in that just are like little antennae, little wires going.
I've had these for I don't know, since my 40s. But lately, and I'm just going to blame it on the weather
Okay.
because Florida, we can do that.
And it is rainy season. We are fully into rainy season now. I know you won't need to be doing any more of your videos asking for rain.
Rain, 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 rain.
You probably have standing water in your backyard now.
No, actually, and we're not expected to get rain over here until after Sunday, I think. Um, it goes by, it looks dark as Hades, and then it just, pass on by. There's my song.
We're there you go. We're getting some pretty decent water. The aquifers are filling up because the water level in the lake is starting to come up. So I think it'll be all good everywhere.
I saw that in the canal down at the end of the street that it is starting to come back up. I was feeling like pretty soon we could have just walked across it, like waiting.
Right? Oh, if they had over here, the canals were, no, not the big canals, but the smaller ones. Um, they were dry. There wasn't anything left in those. But yeah, dry season.
It
But
was crunchy season this year. It was beyond dry. I think we hadn't had, I think it was a record number of dry days in a
I think
row.
you're right. I
Yeah.
think you're right. And I think in June it was like that. So yeah.
It was rain prohibition. I don't even know.
That one almost hurt my head. Rain prohibition. But no, the rain's coming back. The water levels are going up, and yeah, it's all good. Good stuff.
Yes, Michael's been praying because, we have the well. And so just to water, it's not like it's like you're running the water, you're running the electricity,
All
you're
right.
running the,
Well, that's why I said the aquifers are starting to fill back up
yeah.
because, that'll help. Even though you guys aren't getting the rain, the wells will fill in because of the
Yeah.
water table. So
Yeah.
that'll be
You
good.
can tell the difference when you pull the filter out. Like if
Oh,
it's
I bet.
down in the deep, dark dredges.
Well, you can tell too when, like, if you're on places like most of the communities I think most of Florida, I know definitely in Collier County, run off of the lakes.
Right.
they don't run off city water. And so you can always tell when the water's starting to get really thick because when the sprinklers run, well, the sulfur, and you don't, and yeah, that is a smell that I haven't really smelled that much lately. I remember many years ago, when the sulfur, you could smell the sulfur all the time. But not so much, but yeah, the sulfur, but also thick from a standpoint of when the sprinklers run, everything turns orange because it's just putting whatever elements.
It is very true. And when we first moved here, we did not expect that smell because I'd lived in Miami, and you smell the chlorine in the
Mm,
water. I mean, to the extent that you're like, okay, so
right.
that's what you tried to filter out a little bit. And over here, when we first moved here, Michael and I were like looking at each other like, are you feeling okay? Because we didn't recognize the smell.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, Bonita Springs has that little garden. It's like a little zoo. I forget what it's. The Bonita
Oh,
Springs.
oh, the one where I
It's
know where you mean, off of Old 41?
Yep, it's like the original zoo for Southwest Florida. I think it's even older than the Naples one, and that one, I haven't been there in a while. It's changed hands. I heard it was really struggling. It changed hands. I haven't been there since a long time. But when you would go there, everybody would complain because everything there ran on the well, and that well was definitely heavy on the sulfur. So the whole place just smelled of sulfur because they had all these like water in the enclosures for like the alligators and stuff. They filled that. Those all those ponds were filled with that water. And so it did. The whole place smelled like sulfur. So either could, just kind of man up and go through it. Or people would like hold their nose and they'd leave. But
It's true. And when we first moved here, I was like, I'd get out of the shower and I'd be like,
all
like,
right,
we need to do something. So we ended up getting reverse osmosis.
we had where we were out in the estates, our well didn't really have a smell to it. There was more color to it than there was smell. But
A what?
huh?
It was more a what?
Color had more
Oh,
color than
color.
smell.
Yes, yes. It does have a color.
It was kind of a yellowy kind of color.
Yeah. It's hard on the toilet bowls as well, I have to say. And that's like a constant battle
Yeah.
because I don't
And
like putting chemicals in there, but at the same time, I'm like, that really.
it's a challenge. And the house that we bought out in the estates, somebody had done the bathroom all in black. Okay. So it was black and white ceramic tiles on the floor. The counters were made to look like black marble. The toilet was black. The sink bowls, black. And you would think that would be an easy color to keep clean, but not when you're on a well. Because again, with the what's the word I'm looking for? The stuff that sticks to everything. The
Calcium?
well, it was calcium, but there was some other things. There's a bunch of different
Iron. The iron?
um just in general, the word in general for, you get the CLR to
Yeah.
combat
The
the
minerals.
minerals.
Mineral deposits in the
Sounds
toilet bowl.
like sounds like, but yeah, minerals. The because I
I'm
don't know
just
which.
trying to think if it was charades.
I know you were like getting real specific, and I'm like, I'm not real sure what the minerals were, but I can't even think of the word for minerals. So anyway, the minerals would just build up on everything in there. And like you said, the
Yeah.
toilet would get this white ring on it. Where when you have the white toilet, everybody, you're trying to always combat a different color ring. But
I'm thinking I might go for the Harvest yellow toilet bowl. We're like in the 70s when they had the Harvest Gold, Harvest Gold
yeah, I think
appliances,
I
or
think
avocado green.
I think they're making a comeback. I think I have seen some advertisements for that where some people are revisiting with it. They're kinda liking the retro thing.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not a fan. I like
Yeah,
we have stainless steel, and I don't know that I would do that again. They're very difficult to keep clean.
and then there's the pink bathroom. Remember that
Ah,
pinky color that they
yes.
it was more rosy pink?
Had an apartment with that flamingo pink Florida bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. You ought to try having that up north,
Oh,
you just
oh, that's when they call it rose. They don't call it flamingo pink. They call it,
yeah.
rose.
Yeah, well,
Pink rose.
Rose was a little bit much in the bathroom after a little while. It seemed like everybody had it, a lot of the older Detroit homes had it. My grandma had one, was in Detroit, and one of the old homes, and yeah, great grandma. I take that back, great grandma.
Yeah,
But yeah, things have changed. Yeah, there's different colors you can work with. I've always been a fan of like the bronze and the coppers and stuff for the metal elements in the home,
that's very
sinks and
pretty.
stuff.
Yeah, there's actually she's a designer, and she is from the Windy City. I can't think of her name, but she does a lot of that, with the copper and the white and the wood, really pretty designer. Oh, Tamara.
Hi. I have you showing on our screen. I don't know if you
I
can see
love
it or
that.
not.
She posted something the other day, and I had to pass it on to somebody in a text, and it was, something about going back to 14 and reliving it from there because she has new ideas for mistakes she'd like to make.
Oh. So what do you think, Tamara? Does it look your little heart and everything, and then you've got flowers. Is that amaryllis?
It looks like amaryllis.
I love amaryllis.
Yeah.
So,
She
yeah.
posts the funniest things. She had another one with the I don't know what kind of lips they were, but they were
Well,
hilarious.
the wax lips.
I don't they didn't even look wax. I'm not sure. They almost looked like blow up balloon lips. I'm not sure.
Oh, plumeria. It's a
Oh,
really little
plumeria?
picture.
That's
I
oh,
thought
yes, okay, yeah.
plumeria
Look
was
at us, like,
white.
going, "Oh, hold on."
Yeah, right. I thought plumeria was white.
Oh, we have yellow, we have pink, and we have a fuchsia colored, and I think my neighbor has that. I keep telling Michael, "Do you think they notice if we just broke off a branch?" But I could ask her. She's my egg and honey person, but I'm waiting for him to be done flowering because I don't wanna disturb it while it's flowering. But
Oh,
hers are like a tricolored. They're
oh.
they're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, because you see a lot of them. We went to Hawaii some years back, and you see a lot of the plumeria there, and they use it a lot in their, leis and things.
That's I now over here, I mostly see them on the ground because everything grows so tall because of the pine trees that I'm like, I have my neck back, like, "Oh, yeah, that's really pretty." And
Yeah,
then
and I'm really gonna push my memory, but I
okay.
wanna say that in Hawaii, they wear the women wear the plumeria, and the side of your head will say whether or not you're married or not, or if you're
Which
available.
side?
If you're available, one side means you're available, the other side means you're not. So you have to wear your plumeria on the right side, you know,
Oh,
correct
yay.
side.
She's got them on her
These smell
patio.
fantastic.
Wax. Oh, they were wax lips. Okay.
You know, that's what I thought, you know, and you were supposed to be able to chew them. I think they
Afterwards.
were supposed to,
Yes,
you know, they were supposed to be like bubble gum, but it was wax. It
it
was
was
like
wax.
once you
Yes.
got it in your mouth, you were kind of like, why am I chewing on a candle?
Yeah, that initial flavor goes away fast.
The whole tactile thing too, you know, it's like,
And yet we're still here.
yeah, you know, we've survived many things.
I keep seeing people post where they're like, "Yep, you know what? We drank out of hoses. When our parents thought that we were riding our bike around the block, we were really 5 miles away, jumping in the lake."
Tamara was smart, she didn't eat them.
I
She
didn't
didn't
chew
chew
them.
'em.
Oh, well,
Oh, childhood is was interesting. Yeah, you know, we've talked about that before, about surviving childhood, you know, the cars without the seat belts, the cars with no back seats, the station wagons with the back facing
right?
seats on the back bumper.
And we would make swings in the woods that would go out over the cliff and not think anything of it.
Right?
You get kids from 7 houses together, God knows what they come up with, but
Yeah,
in the
we'd get on the swing set, like, my dad built before he passed, he built this big swing set, and it was, oh, pretty sturdy. Actually, it was from my grandpa, and then they brought it over. My dad reconstructed it, and it was made out of real heavy pipe, so it wasn't going anywhere. But some of my friends had those smaller sets that you would get at the store, and they they kind of just they were supposed to be anchored into the ground, you know, so they didn't flip over when the kids were on them. But, you know, we would get on them, and that was like our mission, not to flip it, but our mission was you knew you were going high enough if you could, we called it pumping it, where you could get it to kind of come up out of the ground.
right,
And so we would do that, and the parents would ultimately, they'd be like, well, what are you guys doing? We're trying to get it to pump. And they'd be like, if it's doing that, it's coming out of the ground.
right? I'm surprised, like, the other 2 playground toys that we survived was the seesaw, because somebody would inevitably jump off, and then the other person would be like, "Whoa," or those Mary the whole thing about that thing was to go so fast that somebody would
Puke. Puke or fly off and
puke
or
or fly off. Yeah,
the
either one was
teeter-totter.
good.
Yeah, people jumping off the teeter-totter. I remember I was on the teeter-totter, somebody jumped off, and when it came down and it
Oh,
hit the
you
ground, I went forward and slammed my forehead into the bar because it was a metal one, and man, I had the biggest goose egg on my forehead. It was it turned big, black and blue. It was nasty. The teachers on the playground were like, "Oh my god, does she need to go to the hospital? I think there might be damage."
Oh,
Oh
the
yeah.
metal slides, yes. Oh, yes.
Metal slides in the summer. Yeah, nice and hot
Yeah.
on your butt. I'm she's oh, what's Celia Chesno?
Oh, yes, there,
Well,
Celia.
we'll pop that one up there too.
120 degrees. Yes.
Maybe we should just show the messages. Oops, hold on. Oh, it kicks off everything else. Let's see. Nah, let's go back to what we were doing. So yeah, the metal slides. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. Um,
And I
the
wanted to just
slide.
tell Tamara, thank you. Look at her beautiful, loving your Sunday morning meditations, and she taps while she does them. So
Yeah, I was gonna
thanks.
try to.
Love that.
go back to that. Yeah, thank you so much. That's such a sweet compliment. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the meditations. For those who are not familiar, every Sunday morning, I am live streaming across whatever platform you're on right now and catching us. You'll catch my
It's a
meditation
great way to
the same
start
way,
the week.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, they're short. It starts at 11:30 on Sunday. It goes not more than 15 minutes. It's just a quick kind of channeled energy from the ascended masters and archangels. And then the tapping that Tamara is commenting on that's your specialty, right, Denise? You
It
are the
is.
tapping maven.
And I'm coming
Yeah.
out with a new course, but I'm going to keep it under my hat because I have advertisements to put in the SCN
A new
newsletter.
course. Will it be a live course?
Yeah, I believe so. It just came together. I've got the scripts. Everything came together. I got the scripts. I've got an outline. I've got chapters. Um, yeah, it's exciting.
That
It's
is
kind of
very
melding
exciting.
of some modalities, techniques, because you told me not to use modalities so much. Gwen is a font of great marketing information as well. I love you.
I hope I don't remember saying that, but you
You
must have
said
been
to
on
me,
you must have been on a roll with it or
take the
something.
word modalities out because not you'll lose some people. They'll be like modalities. Wonder what modalities are, and then you're still talking. And so they're still stuck on modalities. You told me to use the word techniques. Oh, thank you, Tamara.
I don't I don't remember that, but it
Oh,
must have
wait,
it
it was
must
April 27th, 20. No, I'm just kidding.
that's probably why.
2021.
Like I
I
said,
don't remember anything that happened in COVID.
it must have been something in the moment because I hope you took it right. You must have taken it right
Oh,
because we're
yeah,
here.
no, it was great advice. It was great advice. Your advice is always good.
Well, I'm doing a self check because I'm like, I think I use modalities. Why would I have said that to her?
It was for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
in,
So anyway, that's great news. I'm excited to see
yay,
and
me
hear
too.
more about it. Spiritual Communities Network will help you promote it, as you know. So that'll be fun as well. So that'll be good. That'll be real good. I've been creating as well. In fact, there was some stuff happening lately. So last night I pulled some cards. I have a couple of different decks I work with, and so I had my um, the Ascended Master deck. And I pulled some stuff. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, and I was like, I understood what they were saying, but I wasn't loving them. So I pulled out my tarot deck. That's the Nightmare Before Christmas deck.
Which one?
It's the Nightmare Before Christmas
Oh,
deck. I
oh
know,
my goodness.
I know.
Tim
Can
Burton.
you believe? Well, not only Tim Burton, but it's a Disney thing. So Disney actually has a tarot deck out.
Ah,
Isn't that
I
crazy?
I love it. I love it. Well,
It's good.
he's got
And
such
it's a
great symbology.
yeah, and it's a great deck. So I wasn't really loving my responses from the one, so I pulled up the other one, and that one gave me pretty much the same thing, which was kind of like, listen, just listen. And then what it was is that I just need to stay focused because I'm in a creating, I'm in a mode of creating right now. I need to be focused on the creating. Don't worry about all this other stuff. Stay there. And I was like, okay. And that's really what I've been doing. I think for the past week, I've been um, really kind of yeah, for anybody who does classes or puts together programs and stuff, I'm sure you can appreciate it. It's so, yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
actually was like, I got up yesterday and I was like, oh, have I been sitting that long? And then my fingers were like, oh, they are like, they're kind of like from typing. Like, ah,
Yeah, and I love the synchronicity of stuff. So, okay, I've what came through earlier on in the week was, can I tell a story?
well, it's your show. Of course, you can tell a
It's
story.
our show. If I
Our
could tell
show.
it.
Well, then, yes, absolutely, you can tell a story.
A long time ago.
Long, oh, wait, long ago and far away. Go ahead.
Long, long time ago. So anyway, when I very first started doing my own personal work, um, Spirit had kind of guided me into using Meetup to pull together a group. And when I asked them, you know, what am I going to do? I mean, you want me to do this, but I don't know anything. I don't have, a resume, if you will. And so, are you blushing? Who's blushing?
You.
Me? Am I? So I don't know. I didn't know I had that ability. Didn't know I had that ability. So anyway, they told me, teach what you know. And at that time, and still really, I really knew the Abraham Hicks material. I mean, I knew it inside and out, and I utilized it every single day. And it just did amazing things in my life, and um particularly from the book Ask and It Is Given, because that book it's phenomenal, and it's in two parts. First part just kind of outlines what they're all about and their shtick, and then the second part is processes, and those processes are just they're transforming in your life. So I that's what I did my Art of Allowing group on for years, and still have the Art of Allowing group going. I resurrected it recently. I took a kind of a break, but resurrected it. So early this week, fast forward, earlier this week, I'm looking at this website, and because of the book, I've been reformulating what I'm doing, how I'm coming at it, and um, Spirit once again. I'm like, I'm not real sure where I'm going with all this, and they were like, teach what you know. And I'm like, I'm going back to the Abraham Hicks material. And then it was like, as soon as I asked that question, they gave me kind of the layout. They were like, take those processes and start putting them into, digestible classes for people and workshops and stuff, and break them out individually and make them workshops. I was like, wow.
Right.
So
Yeah, because
that's what
each
I've been working on,
process is a workshop in itself.
right?
Absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with them. Wow, they're inspired.
It's like they know something, right?
I
It's
know.
like it's like they've got the line on
Inside
what.
scoop.
Yeah, right. How is that possible? How do they know so much? How can the angels and guides be so darn smart? So, yeah, so
It's
that's
the
what
frequency
I'm
they're
doing.
attuned to, which is what they tell
Yeah,
us all the time, right?
yeah, yeah. It's what happens when don't have anything blocking divine wisdom flowing through. We have to have a little bit of a filter, otherwise our heads would all blow off our shoulders, right?
Oh, yes. Tamara says
Oh,
she's ready for a class
she
like
loves
that.
Abraham. Yeah, yeah. So what I've put together is, well, the first one was the manifesting is not one of their processes, but it is something they talk about, that whole be, do, have thing of sitting down. So I had put together that early on. So that was a manifesting thing. And so we did, that's going to be quarterly. We'll revisit with a free workshop on manifesting through using that. The other one I just created, that'll be a free workshop, and that'll be, I think, monthly. And that one's going to be for those who are familiar with the placemat process. Okay. So the placemat process, the workshop will be on that. There's also, I created it's not a placemat, but I did create a worksheet that goes with it so that people can work it. So yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm working on all that.
I love it. I love it. I actually have them on audio, audible, audio, one of those things. And so I switch through things, but like go putting them on if I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, I sometimes you just can't turn on the light and do what you want because then the whole house is up.
Oh,
No, no.
right. Well, with animals, you hesitate to roll over because as soon as you roll over, you got a wet nose in your face going, I gotta go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom. Take me out now. It's like, no, all I did was roll over. But they've been waiting. It's like they're sitting next to your bed, just looking at you, waiting. She's gonna move. As soon as she moves, I'm in there.
Yep. 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 That's so true. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah,
So,
my
yeah.
big old guy, I'm telling you, every day I'm like,
Tarzan.
he is such a sweet, sweet, sweetheart, but it is the same thing. It's like I my eye is only this far open. How do you know I'm awake?
They
And if
know.
it's 5:45, I'm not quite ready to get up.
Well, Nelson, like I said, he's a basset hound and he stays with the ex, but I babysit him. So like when Misty and him are
Do you have to
with
warn your
each other.
neighbors when you babysit him?
Right now it's not season, so
Okay, good.
so most of them are gone. But he thinks he's like a rooster. As soon as the sun starts to come up, you can hear him in the other room going, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." And that when he hits that pitch, it just reverberates for miles because that's what it's meant to do, right?
That's what they're
To call
supposed
the
to do.
pack. So that's him. Sunrise, he is calling in the pack, and it is just unbelievable. We have
Ah.
Anya saying happy
Oh, hi,
Friday.
Anya.
Happy Friday.
Good to see you. Happy Friday. Ah, yeah, we have a few roosters on our street, and they are funny. And it's funny when I do the little snippet videos, the chickens and the rooster, they pretty much get the most hits. It's just like you put the music with it too. That's like,
Yeah, right. Right. Oh my goodness. So,
uh,
hey, I sent you some of the Oz. What did you
oh,
think?
oh my gosh, the Oz are so cute. I haven't signed up yet, but oh my gosh, the one kitty with the little gray kitty with the belly and like, where's my rubbies? Ah,
I told Misty because for those who hadn't followed us before, we were talking the other day about there's Reddit, there's the app Reddit, and on that platform, there's subreddits, and the subreddit AWWW, I think, and it has people post really cute things. My daughter will send me one, and Denise last time said, "Hey, forward those on to me." And I was
that's
like,
right.
all right, if you're up
Everybody
for it.
needs a good ah
It
during the
doesn't.
day. Everybody does.
So that one, yeah, that little kitten that was probably what, maybe couple months old.
Oh, I
And
don't
this,
even think that. Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
teeny.
such a beanie pod.
And they're like scratching its little belly. And when they stopped, it was like on those back paws. I told Misty, I said, that's our cat in the making. Because when he gets bigger and you scratch his belly, that's that gutting action he does.
Oh, how funny.
Everybody thinks it's cute until he's 14 years old and rips your arm open.
Yeah.
Don't you try it again. I will disembowel you.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, Gigi, the kitty we rescued that the kids have now, has now
Gigi.
learned Gorgonzola, but they call her Gigi for
Oh, they
short.
gave
Gorgonzola
her
Gonzalez.
gotcha.
Is that not a great name? And
I was like, "Wait a minute, I thought it was named after a cheese. What's
yes,
Gigi?"
and she's getting very cheesy. Oh my word, talk about a poser. But she has learned to get up on the counters in the refrigerator now, and she was up there like you showed me that picture of the cat just posing. She's up there posing on the refrigerator. It's like,
Yep.
oh,
They're crazy, aren't they?
they really are. They're fun. They're
They're
fun.
fun.
I
Yeah,
love
it's a crazy fun, it's a
yes.
crazy fun.
Yes.
But what else was there? There was, the little bat that looked like a jam donut.
Yes.
That's right. If I said jam donut and you got this little round kind of hamburger shaped thing with powdered sugar all over it, that's what this bat looked like.
One I've been following on TikTok is the Chicken Wars. And it's people who have chicken farms that are
I
like, oh,
know.
really? Okay, it's on. And they start walking, and these huge flocks of chickens are just like following them, like, so they're just people posted that. It's just hilarious.
Oh, I can
People's
imagine.
creativity, I love to see it. And I love to, especially the animals. It gives me a laugh.
Yeah, I had shared on Facebook the other day from the news station. I don't know if it was Wink or whatever, but I follow one of the news stations and a couple actually for their posts. They're different people. They're not posting news per se, but they'll post really cute pictures of different things. So like they had a video, they shared somebody's video of a water spout coming onto Marco Island.
Oh, I saw
Did
that.
you see that? Did you
I,
see it run that woman over? It's like, what are you doing? I mean, and it had such a cool angle because it was like up in the air from the water spout's perspective, right? And you're watching it come across the beach, and this one woman standing there in front of it, looking. She's standing right in front of it, looking at it like, what is this? This is so, and because people believe water spouts are not dangerous, but they're tornadoes, people. They're
right.
tornadoes.
Public service announcement, everybody share this clip.
Water spouts are tornadoes. So she's standing in front of it, just looking at it like, this is so cool. I'm going to be hit by a water spout. And that thing just like throws her into the sand and presses her into it. As it moves on, I was like,
Okay, we shouldn't be laughing. We shouldn't be
I
laughing, but
was
yeah,
like, I'm, I bet you're thankful that wasn't a bigger spout because I got the impression it wasn't all that together because I think it would have done more damage to
right.
people because there
No,
was a
yeah,
lot of people standing around going, I want to touch it. I want to touch the water spout.
I don't understand that about people. Like nature is incredibly powerful, like just like I posted a thing. I don't know if you saw that. I've never seen this before, but we went to take our dog walk, and there was a snake in the pine tree in the front
Yes, I
yard.
remember seeing it.
And I was like, okay, okay, that's cool. On the way back, we see a second snake. I'm like, wow, that's wild. Michael comes in and goes, they're mating. So I used the song Love is in the Air. And I did go out there.
I was going to
But I
say,
didn't get too close. That's what the Zoom is for, people. That's what the Zoom is
right.
for.
Yeah. But there's, some people, they're like, touch. Gotta touch
No,
it. It's like some
no.
things don't get touched. One of the other pictures that was last week that was really cool was out in the States. Somebody took a picture. A panther came right up to their sliding glass door.
Yes, and was looking I saw that one too,
And I
looking in the
was
window like, thank God. I mean, could you imagine if your screen had been open? It could just walk right through, especially if you had a little dog or something.
well, I was kind of surprised because usually panthers avoid people.
Right.
They don't want to be seen. They're really good at not being
Can hear
seen.
the woman in the background. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
I couldn't hear it. I didn't know there was sound to it.
good.
I was like, wow, because I've seen Panthers twice. Let's see, I took a picture of two animals together.
Oh, Tamara,
Oh,
yes. Love is in the air.
you took a picture of them? What are you?
We're nature voyeurs. Is that what we call it? Voyeurs? Is that the right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, voyeur. Yeah.
Vo- yeah. You know my
As an American,
pronunciation.
it's voyeur.
It's like Michael said to me, "What did you just say?" I said, "Chocolate. You're going to have some chocolate." It's like, "You mean chocolate?" I'm like, "Chocolate?"
What's that? But I've seen panthers before. Um, Not two and all's doing it, but I have seen
We've had them go through the yard here.
yeah, and they're really quiet, right?
Oh, I don't know. They didn't ban me with the snakes, Tamara.
I think I've seen worse. You could try.
Oh, I have seen worse, and I hate. You know, when people friend request you, I always look at their profile first, and
Yeah,
sometimes it's just shocking. It's like,
yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah. No words. There are no
No,
words to some of them.
no. And I'm by no means a prude, but I don't need to see that.
Yeah, I know. There's some crazy stuff out there.
Yeah. Anyway,
And
how
the
do we
and the
get
fact that
from
they even put it
snakes
on
and anolas to
and
to
the fact
that?
that fact that they put it on social media is even shocking, you know? It's,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
"Oh, she's gonna
Oh,
tag us.
yay.
Oh, you're gonna
Okay.
get us all thrown off." No, don't tag us because 'cause we're not in the picture.
Just put hashtag love is in the air.
Mention us in the comments, but don't tag us in the picture.
Yeah. Well, they could be, that could be their names, the two anolas.
Yeah, but it's a picture of them having sex. You don't want your name attached to that, do you?
No. Yeah.
Which one's which? This is nasty. I wanna be the one with the big red thing that was
Oh, I did do one with that, and I did the to the song "Do the Dinosaur," da 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 da, the dinosaur, and it was right in rhythm. I was like, "Oh, this is such a good lizard, being in sync with my mind thought." Oh, goodness gracious. So, big plans for the weekend?
Um, More classes. I have a
Developing
feeling
them?
I better just be on those while it's still
That
burning
was
hot
the
in my
message.
brain, you know?
Do not disturb. You're hanging your do not disturb sign
Well,
out.
Misty's gonna work tomorrow, so that'll mean things will be kinda quiet around here, so
Did you
I'll
guys check out Miss Sherlock?
not yet, partly because I don't have you said it was on HBO?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's only one season
I don't have
so far.
HBO. I would have to you know what,
I know Misty would like it. I'm pretty sure she would.
yeah, yeah, we don't have HBO here. So what I'm thinking is maybe I don't know, Misty will be gone, but I was thinking when they're on their 1 week vacation, maybe I'll just go over and binge it.
Oh, oh, look at you. Yeah, no, we don't, you know what? For birthdays and Christmas and stuff, we don't really need anything anymore. So we do things like that. Like give a subscription. That's what we got for Christmas was a subscription to HBO. We're like, thank
Right.
you. Or BritBox. Michael likes BritBox. They have a lot of
Yeah.
gardening shows.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm streaming, I've got Netflix, so I do that one.
Getting rid of Netflix because what they like, because we had it as a like a family plan, and now they're like, oh no, if you're not from the same, like, so all the kids
It
that go off to
never
college
well,
can't be on their
right,
parents'
well,
thing
yeah, because it
anymore.
was never really it doesn't have a family plan.
You could have more than one person
You
though, like you can
you
on
could have
HBO.
profiles on the account. See, that's what they're
But
trying to
they
you
took
know
that
what? That's
away
what they're
now
trying
because
to
we had
undo.
profiles on the account, and
Right.
now they're saying you can only come from one ISBN number. Is that
Right, right.
right?
What they're trying to undo what they probably should have undid early on, which is exactly what they're doing now. Because what they're trying to counter is people who are and it's like Shelby will do that. I'm like, he's like, well, Gwen, you have Netflix. Can't I just sign on my TV? And it's like, you could, but it's not meant to do that. So you had to police yourself because it wasn't meant for that. But everybody did.
Well, we used it
Everybody would
because,
share their account with family members that
well, if
weren't
you're in the
in the
immediate
home.
family, and that's the whole thing about, like, we had the account, we all lived together. Krista went to college. I'm not going to
But
be
she doesn't get to take it with her, is the point.
that. I think that's because HBO, you can do that. You can have those things,
You can
and same way with a few of the other
stream,
apps now.
right? You can
And
stream it,
they're narrowing their field instead of,
right? Well, they can stream
I
it.
just don't think
You
it's
know,
worth it.
you can stream it. Um, the different ones, like Shelby, when he brings over his when he's here with his phone, he can stream the Mac his HBO. And so that's that's something you can do. Like YouTube, you can't stream. You can't cast it. Correction. Casting, I'm using the wrong word. So like he'll cast to my TV. Then and
Well,
like Netflix, I'll take my Netflix and I'll cast or I'll sign in at his house
right,
and
right,
watch it.
right. Because
But
YouTube, you
but
can
they're trying
sign
to get around what they're trying to get around is people would take like if I have the account, then I give Shelby all my account information so he can get on it. And it was never meant to be that way. It was meant that whoever had the subscription could watch it. And if a family had the subscription, they could set a profile so that, Misty would always be like, Mom, make sure you're in your
oh,
own
you're watching, yeah,
profile
and that's, but
in
I don't
your own profile because what
yeah,
it's
it
doing is
asked
it's
me that
giving
the
me
other
all these
day.
weird movies to
Right,
watch, and that's
right,
your stuff. And
right.
so they had the different profiles so you could kind of have your own
Yeah,
stuff.
last time I was on, it wouldn't it just said, "Are you gonna be always signing in from this something something?" Like, it took the profile opportunity away because we had that. Like, if she's watching it, I couldn't watch it, which is fine
Right.
because which I was fine with. But I'm
Right, then I mean, that's how it is in the house, like, if Misty's watching Netflix with her, boyfriend on the thing, she'll say, "Mom, we're gonna watch Netflix," and I'll be like, "Okay," because I won't try and sign on because she's on it. But again, what they're trying to get over is, like, if she went to her boyfriend's and wanted to watch Netflix, and so then she's watching it over there type of thing, where he's got the information. That's what they're trying to commandeer is because people were giving all the information away. Like there'd be all kinds of people with one subscription, living in multiple homes.
Well,
And
that's
it's
not
like,
us,
no,
and
you
so,
can't have
but
multiple homes.
I still think it's like kind of riding the
Yeah,
fine line.
I
I'm not
get it.
happy with it.
It's kind of a, yeah, yeah, and and then there's Disney. Disney's
TV
doing
is
some
not that
crazy.
important to me in the end, so
Yeah, Disney's doing some crazy stuff. So Misty's got the Disney thing, and we watched. What did we watch? We just watched the Avatar, that new Avatar.
how was it?
Um,
Was it as good as the first one?
yeah, you know what? It has beautiful cinematography, just beautiful. Um, it pushes some buttons for me on some things, and now it's been what 15 years since I saw the first
Don't tell
one.
me that, 'cause
Since I saw the first one, so
years?
this one, it was very heavy. I guess I didn't recall when I think back to the original, I don't recall there being so much war. There's
Oh,
just
there
so much violence and war, and I'm kinda like,
well, it might be more graphic, but it was because they tried to destroy
right.
the
Well, it's
planet.
it's still that same thing.
Yeah.
And for me, this time around, I was like, "Oh, I don't know about this," and he's got 3 more that
Oh,
he
wow.
worked on the next one simultaneously, so he has another one that'll come out next year, and I'm like, I don't know if I could watch this ongoing war thing for.
Yeah, that's the thing where, a lot of the TV, I'll start watching and I'll be like, "Oh, I don't wanna see this anymore." Oh, okay. No, I don't like that's the wrong vibe, you know? Alright, we'll watch a gardening show.
Right? Tamara asked what
Does he
modality does he
use?
use? So
Let me
I'm not
see.
I'm was it Shelby and his things? Was I'm not I'm sure it was funny in the moment, and we were just too digging around in angry Netflix stuff. Just
It
it
was
was a
a
joke.
joke.
I know, let's do this. Sounds like was it Shelby's modality? What modality was he using? I'm thinking she was referring to the modalities would be the streaming. Hi, Ruth.
Hey, Ruth.
So I'm gonna say the modalities would have been the
Happy
streaming
Friday.
services. The him is Shelby, I'm thinking, and, modalities, let's see, streaming. He's got HBO. He tries to pirate my Netflix. And I think that's all he's got is just the HBO. He's not a big TV streaming
Streaming. Ah,
person.
we're just using the word
Yeah,
modality. Yes.
yeah, I knew I suspected that. Yeah, so that's his modality is HBO. Mine's Netflix and sometimes Discovery because I love Josh Gates.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, he's good. We do like that. That's the second choice channel. Yeah.
yeah, Misty is an occasional. She'll do Netflix, but she'll throw in some Disney. I am too. I don't subscribe. You know what we do with that one, and a lot of the streaming services just work better for, oh, let's do a 1 month. Let's do 1 month and stream our shows
Oh, you
and
watch
then
them
move
all
on.
the ones you wanna watch, and then you go, "No, thank you."
Yeah, because they let you cancel at any time. So you just sign up for a month, watch all the stuff you want to watch. So we'll try and time it when a bunch of things are released at one time on one thing. Disney's probably the big one for that. And,
Mhm.
partly because um where like Netflix or Discovery, have more TV shows, and I couldn't tell
Right.
you about
I think it's a
HBO if
lot
it
of the
does that.
Prime because Prime is it comes with the Prime. And you also get to read books for when you have Prime, one a month.
Cool. Yeah,
I didn't realize that. And you get the music.
yeah, I kinda stepped away from Prime because I got really mad because like, you're mad with Netflix, I got mad with Prime because, you're paying for the thing, we were paying our to have access to, commercial-free commercial-free programming, and we were watching Shelby and I were watching this was when we were still together, we were watching this one show, and it had advertisements,
Some of their
and I
channels
was
do.
like,
Yeah.
"That's BS, you're gonna say that we're paying for advertising free, and I get on here and it's not advertising free? Well, you just keep
Hula's like
your
that.
money."
Yeah. Hula used to be ad free and now they have ads and you pay extra. You pay for Hula now and you pay extra to get it ad free. So
Yeah,
there's
but Prime doesn't have but that
that's
you
a
couldn't
Prime
do that.
channel. You order it through Prime, I believe.
Right, but the show, because we do that with, like Disney has ad or ad-free.
Oh, do they?
Netflix
I didn't know
Netflix
that.
yeah, and Netflix has ad and ad-free,
Oh, I didn't know
and
that either.
there's a few different ones that you can pay to not have the ads, where Prime was like, you pay for ad-free, but then they allow their channels to have ads,
Hmm.
and I was like, "That's double dealing." I'm
Not,
sorry.
I've not seen. Most of the things are. I am. Yes, just like YouTube now, you have to pay to not get their ads, and usually it's like you're there listening to this beautiful meditative music, and then it's like, oh, your new car now. As soon
Oh,
as it's over.
you wanna hear what I do with I listen to Pandora for streaming music at the house because there's some real zenful type of music I just love to have playing during the day, helps to keep me in my zone while I'm doing all this creative work, right? And for some reason, about a month ago, it's been about a month, I I decided I was gonna be cheap and not pay my $5 or $6 a month and go ad and not be ad free anymore, right? And I'm not even sure how I got myself in that zone, but I did. And so I thought, I can tough out an ad or two. So I'm sitting there and I'm meditating. All of a sudden, this ad comes on about this woman talking about using painful tampons. It's like I'm like way out in the ethers. I'm like, what's this woman talking about? I'm like, who's talking? First, it's like, who's talking? What is she talking about? And as I'm coming back out of the ethers, I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? This is an ad? Who makes an ad like this? I was like, I went right over to my computer. I'm like, that, my friend,
Is how they get you back on
makes
your
it
subscription.
so so worth my
See,
time.
they know you. They targeted you with that ad. That's how insidious
Well, they
targeting is.
targeted they targeted the wrong woman. I'm way past the tampon stage,
Yeah, but see, they made you get back on your subscription.
right?
See?
But I don't you know, Misty said the same thing when I told her, but I'm like, "But I don't think the ad I mean, that doesn't work for the ad, though."
No, but it worked for their subscription basis.
But, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh,
That's so
crap."
funny. That's like Sirius FM used to be all of that, used to be all of that, used to be ad free, and it's not anymore. Yeah. So
Yeah, so that
yeah,
trying to
interesting.
keep up. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk.
No, It's just interesting. I was looking at the time. I was late last week.
Oh, I thought I was talking over you again. I'm like, "No, no, just go ahead and talk."
We get excited. It's okay. Ah.
But you're right. It is 2 o'clock. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you
you
everyone
go
for
get
hopping
your
on.
thing.
What? Now we are talking over each other.
Go get your thing. Go to your 2 o'clock that you're now late
Go to my
for.
2.
Have a
Okay.
wonderful week.
Thanks,
I will see you
everybody.
next week.
I
Hey,
love you.
thanks everybody for being part of this. I'll sign us off, Denise.
Thank you.
So thanks everybody for tuning in. We had quite a few people chatting away. It was fun to share your chats up here to just kind of dress it up, I guess. Make it kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, so keep an eye on what Denise is going to be putting out in the future here. Follow us at Spiritual Communities Network for all kinds of great stuff. Our newsletter's full of all kinds of information on all of that, if you will. And the replay for our shows is on our YouTube, the Spiritual Communities Network YouTube channel. Like us, subscribe to us, or whatever you do with that. Anyway, you guys have a blessed week. We'll see you next Friday. Take care.